7 years ago, Kelly Brush was living out her childhood dream as a member of the Middlebury ski team. The sport that she fell in love with as a little girl profoundly changed her. And today she's focused on protecting that dream for generations to come.
I never had a why me moment. I never felt like this is so awful, I can't believe this is happening to me right now. For whatever reason, I was just always okay. Growing up, we basically were a sports-oriented family. We enjoyed it, that's what we loved doing, and that was our activity. If we weren't in school, we were going to some sort of sports activity.
Both my husband and I were athletes, and so our kids played sports all the time.
We made it part of our family life, and skiing was one of our main things we did during the winter time.
Skiing is one of those sports that you can do forever, and we just love it. My kids wanted to go to Middlebury, and my husband talked about Middlebury so fondly for so many years.
I went there and I loved the school, and the school did great things for me. And we had both girls on the ski team, which was for a parent kind of a dream come true.
It was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed ski racing in college. It was the pinnacle of my career. In February 2006, I was a sophomore at Middlebury. We were going to Williams College, and I was really excited to ski that weekend because I had just come off one of my best races the weekend before.
The hill that day was solid ice. Good for ski racing, not for recreational skiing, but good for a ski race.
I got her run on video. It was fabulous. She was starting in the first seed.
And somehow I got spun around backwards, and that's the last thing that I remember.
I listened to people yelling for ski patrol in a pretty frantic way.
She'd hit a lift tower and was lying in the snow there. At one point, I had to say to Kelly, "Open your eyes and breathe." I was afraid that we could lose her right there on the hill.
The next thing that I remember is waking up in the hospital after I had surgery with a tube down my throat, and all I was asking was what happened.
The doctor who was going to do the surgery on her back painted a picture of a pretty grim situation, so we had an idea that she might be paralyzed.
It was, for a parent, as frightening as it gets.
Once you have a spinal cord injury, you join a community, whether you like it or not, and having everybody sort of rally around you and, you know, let's support this new person who got hurt is really, it's a great community to be part of.
Kelly had a tough 6 weeks in rehab, and then a gal named Sarah Will, who was on the U.S. Disabled ski team, came to visit. And Sarah came to the room, had a long talk with Kelly, and then she turned.
It was really a great moment for me because I got to see what I could possibly do and this whole culture out there that is available to people living with spinal cord injuries and living with disabilities. One of the most important things was when I first got on a hand cycle and I saw that I could be an athlete again, realizing that that's still part of my life.
She didn't want to just be sitting in the lodge the rest of her life. She wanted to be able to get out there, so she just immediately said, I'm going to get out there and ski to monoski right away.
I was in rehab for 3 months. I moved back to Vermont, and it just made sense to go back to Middlebury. My friends were there, my teammates were there. I wanted to get back to that, and that's exactly what I did.
Kelly Brush. At the graduation ceremony, her graduating class gives her a standing ovation. There was not a dry eye in the house.
When I was first in rehab, I was thinking about ski racing and thinking that my accident really shouldn't have ever happened.
Everybody in the ski world started to become aware of the safety issue, but there hadn't been a, I'll call it, waterfall event that focused everybody. When Kelly was hurt, it was an obvious lack of safety fencing.
So we decided to start the foundation and focus on ski racing safety.
The netting is expensive, and the grants that the foundation give the smaller ski areas make their race arenas safer. As a mother and as a coach, the environment that my kids are racing in is much safer now.
one of the foundation's first achievements, raising a bunch of money, way more than we ever thought, and starting to send that to ski clubs across the country.
Since 2006, we've grown tremendously. We've raised over $1 million, so we wanted to make adaptive equipment more accessible to people with spinal cord injuries.
It's completely changed my life. You know, you're confined to a wheelchair throughout the day, so being able to ski and go fast and having the snow in your face is just an incredible thing.
I still do tons of activities, and finding different ways to do different things is the most fun of it all. You know, you like to think about my accident and what's come after it, and I really do think that what we've done has really changed the culture of ski racing. And to go up on the hill and see all these kids having a great time learning how to ski race and see how protected they are and how safe they are, and knowing that we had any part of that is just great.
She's got something inside her, and I don't know where it comes from, but something that makes her go, and she's going to run her life, and a little spinal cord injury isn't going to get in her way.